This is a tongue scraper. So this step, most people don't do it.
You should do it.
Yeah, you should do it. It is really important that you stick it as far back as you can into your throat without gagging. And oftentimes I will gag because it means that I'm doing a really good job.
You don't have to gag.
You don't have to, but
yeah, I mean, oral hygiene's sexy, guys. Let's be real. Let's be real. Hello and welcome back to my channel. We have a special guest today. Flew all the way from California to be sitting here next to me.
I'm so happy.
Just kidding. He's here for his Columbia externship, and in the process, dropped by to talk about a very hot topic. What are we talking about today, Jack?
We're gonna talk about the perfect oral hygiene routine.
You think your routine's perfect?
You know, I don't think anything is perfect in this world.
You are.
You know, I feel like a lot of us haven't got taught properly how exactly an oral hygiene routine should work from each step that we will go over, from flossing to brushing to mouthwash to tongue scraping to whitening to everything else in between.
Okay, so we're gonna organize this into the step-by-step routine, what products you should avoid.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there are things on the shelf that I don't think should ever belong there. Mm-hmm. But
I don't know how they're up there. Yeah.
Marketing, profit margins. It makes me sad that some of these really popular items are still up there. Okay, so number one.
Flossing.
Personally, I floss before the brushing.
I do as well, yeah, before.
The idea is that you're debriding or removing the bacterial colonies between your teeth, and then you're brushing it away with a toothbrush.
Exactly. So it's called biofilm. Bacteria colonies kind of stick and make a layer onto your teeth that more bacteria can just accumulate, and then plaque turns into calculus, calculus turns into inflammation, and then inflammation ultimately turns into bone loss, and bone loss into missing teeth.
Yeah, so it goes down this whole cascade of events. Just to keep things simple, you know what I say to my patients about flossing? I work with kids, so flossing is the last thing that they ever want to do before they go to bed. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell them, hey little Jack, what's your best friend's name?
Jake?
Let's say that you and Jake went to play football in the mud. It was raining outside. And you come back in and your mom tells you, oh, you boys have to go shower. And Jake says to you, hey Jack, can I tell you a secret?
See where this is going.
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah.
When I go in the shower, I never wash my legs. I just hate washing my legs. And usually the response, it's, ew, gross.
Yeah, it would be.
So then I tell them, hey, you're doing the same thing when you're not flossing. You're missing up to 40%. I don't say 40% to a kid because they don't know what that means. I just say you're missing a large part of your tooth. So when you put it that way, it's a tremendous amount of surface area. Cool. We established the importance of flossing. What do you do after that?
After I loosened up all the debris, go to my toothbrush.
What kind of toothbrush do you use?
I believe that it's better to use an electric toothbrush because it just has that extra element of either vibration or oscillation that helps you remove all the gunk.
Exactly. There have been a lot of research recently about the efficacy of electric toothbrushes. It can be more effective at reducing plaque in the right hands. The single biggest takeaway, direct the brush towards your gum line.
Yeah.
It should be called tooth gum brushing. I'm gonna reinvent that.
Okay, can I give one tip though?
Yes, sir.
In terms of actually the brushing part, how to properly brush those really hard to reach areas like the back of your teeth is, let's say I'm brushing my left side, I move my jaw to the left side. That opens up space up here for me to get over there with a toothbrush inside your mouth. Yeah, the posterior part.
You look great.
You can angulate. Is this what you wanted from me?
Before we move on to the next step in the routine, let me just say I'm proud to announce that BlackPink and I have something in common. And that is that we both use Casetify phone cases. And with that said, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Casetify. Casetify is the world's most popular tech accessory brand, but it's best known for its stylish and protective phone cases. Its new bounce cases are made with EcoShock technology that provide protection from up to a 21-foot drop. So, just in case you're at a rave concert on top of 3 people's shoulders and accidentally drop your phone off a 21-foot height, your Casetify case provides ultimate protection while being sleek, slim, and stylish. Casetify has an artistic collection of designs and prints to choose from. I personally really like the cute cartoon designs that have some personality, and there are so many really funny ones. And very unlike myself, I spent a few hours on the website trying to choose the best ones. For more artistically inclined people, Casetify also gives you the freedom to customize your own designs. And another cool fact worth noting is that Casetify cases are made from 65% recycled materials and are partially made from old phone cases. I've already gotten quite a few compliments on my new case, so make sure to check out my collection at casetify.com/drjohnu for 15% off your next order. I know that this is your favorite step.
Oh, stop it. You're gonna talk about tongue scraping?
I didn't say anything.
It's because you saw me yesterday. This step, most people don't do it, but it's always a good idea to do it.
You should do it.
Yeah, you should do it. And the biggest reason why is because, you don't want girls to run away from you when you're speaking to them. Right?
Or guys.
Or guys.
I would run away from you if you didn't use that.
Yeah.
What is it called, Jack?
Okay, so this is a tongue scraper. It's a very simple tool. You can have these plastic ones, you can have metal ones, stainless steel ones, but they all serve the same purpose, which is to remove bacteria from your tongue. Most of the bacteria is going to reside on the way back of the tongue. So it's important that you stick it, it is really important that you stick it as far back as you can into your throat without gagging, pretty much. And oftentimes I will gag because it means that I'm doing a really good job.
You don't have to gag.
You don't have to, but...
I don't know why Jack is promoting the gag reflex. If you have a gag reflex, it can be very uncomfortable, to be quite frank.
Yeah, of course, it can be.
Get as far back there as you can without being uncomfortable. Jack,
I like being uncomfortable. I like pushing myself to be, do uncomfortable things. Then you expand.
Risks.
Yeah, take risks. You expand your horizon and you grow more. And then you get comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that's how you can achieve more, guys. Right?
Okay, all jokes aside, and it's quite satisfying to see all the gunk come off. Every single time I brush, I use a tongue scraper. It can help freshen your breath also. And
it definitely does that, yeah.
For sure. Because you can imagine the amount of odor-causing crap that resides on your tongue if you don't.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about people who use a toothbrush though?
Also effective.
Not as. Because again, I applaud the effort.
Yeah.
But the soft bristles will actually move around some of the gunk.
Okay.
And you might get some of it off. Okay. But the hard surface of this will actually remove more effectively.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But you are the board-certified pediatric
certified
dentist.
freak, 7 days a week. Trust me, you will not regret it. And once it's part of your routine, you're gonna be like, wow, I wish I'd done that before.
Yeah.
When did you start using a tongue scraper?
Recently. Gross, bro. A few months ago, to be honest.
I would run away from you if you didn't use that.
Yeah.
I love the honesty. Because most people, we don't grow up.
Most people don't know. I didn't even know it existed.
I think more people are aware of it now because all these routine trends, like you see YouTube videos on the nighttime oral hygiene, which we should make a video on. One of these days, you can do a sleepover with me.
Yeah, and then we can see how far we can get that.
Wait, no, let's do everything but that. You freak. Okay. Last thing is
which ones to stay away from. And if I was using a certain mouth rinse, it would actually be worse than not using a mouth rinse.
Oh, you bring a solid point. The first time I heard about this in dental school, about the pH of some of these popular mouth rinses on the market, I was like, holy crap. You have to look at the pH of your mouth rinse. Because if it's under a pH of
5.5,
then you're subjecting your teeth to demineralization. Thankfully, there are products out there that have a pH higher than 5.5.
And I will add one thing is definitely try and find mouthwashes that are alcohol-free because alcohol tends to dry out the mouth, and if your mouth is dry, then it is more prone to getting caries.
Right, that's a good point. More and more products out there now are alcohol-free because more consumers are aware of it also. Yeah. The last thing we want to mention is a topic that we hear about every single day. I think we should actually make a separate video about whitening,
Yeah, absolutely.
because this is such a huge topic. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, to Jack's channel. Yeah, drop a like, comment, anything that you might want to hear about in terms of dental health or anything in general. I want to make this channel not only entertaining, but also useful.
Beautifully said.
Thanks.